Well, this should be my final segment. The bikes are back up here in Redmond, Washington. I'm going to be leaving my bike here and taking it home in the spring, or depending on work situation, I might come back in a month or so and bring it back. I'll probably wait. My brother wants to ride home with me back to Nebraska in the spring. So the bike's looking good. I'm going to go over really the last what worked, what didn't, best bang for the buck. Best bang for the buck, in my opinion, was my glasses. My dark glasses from Coleman, they were like $12 from Walmart. Tinting was just right. It allowed me to have the bifocals, so I could look down, look at my gauges, see everything. It was perfect. For the money, you can't beat it. I do like my throttle stop here. Wonderful thing for the money, no complaints. Grips were good. I didn't have any major problems. To go over the bike, let me go back to the tires. Right now I'm at, what are we at here? 5967. So I started at 3032, so about 3,000 miles. On the T63, still got quite a bit of tread left. There's no way I could get home with this. And after thinking about it and examining the tires, the chip seal is what wore them the most. When I came up here, plenty of tread. I was on good roads coming up to Redmond, to Washington State. The chip seal takes it out of tires. I can say that. I'll have to replace these before I go back. That being said, for what we needed, they did outstanding. So if it wasn't on chip seal, I'd say these will last a lot longer. If I were to do it, and I would probably either carry or have a spare tire waiting for me, like they recommend. Before, I never thought I would say that. I often thought, there's a tire out there. I'm not sure with chip seal roads and the condition of the roads that any tire would last that long. At least a rear. Front lasts a lot longer. For a rear tire, you may want to have another one waiting for you, or carry one along if you got the space. The monokey. Okay, I got renewed respect for bags. They are nice. If you can afford them. Otherwise, my Nelson Riggs, the CL 855 bags, they did a good job. I can't knock them. They're not going to be waterproof. And I ditched the waterproof covers. They were useless. Trying to put them on and off, I didn't even try with this. Just put your stuff in freezer bags or in trash bags, whatever. For the money, you can't beat it. Seat concept seat, and I don't have the leather, the Alaskan sheepskin butt pad on there. No complaints. You're good for 300-mile days. I don't think you're going to get off every 100 miles, you'll be fine. You sit on anything too long, it's going to hurt your butt. There's no getting around it. But for this trip, perfect. And for the money. I did like, as I said before, the highway pegs. It's nice to be able to stretch your leg out. Tool tube and the tools I carried, never had to touch them. The chain, the original EK chain, didn't even have to adjust it. I've since cleaned it. Just use WD-40. I don't care what anybody says. WD-40 does a fine job. I used to put chain wax on it. Really, that's only to keep gunk from sticking to the chain. If you clean it with WD-40, hose it down, wipe it off. It takes 5 minutes. You're not going to have any trouble. I didn't have to adjust the chain at all, and I still don't. For 3,000 miles, I started it with a good adjustment and alignment, and no problems whatsoever. But then again, 5,000 miles, newer chain. The things that I did, I definitely, like I said before, the doohickey and the thermobob, especially the doohickey, it gives you peace of mind. The thermobob, on the other hand, anybody that knows engines knows heat cycling is not good on an engine, or having spots that are cold like at the bottom and hot at the top. It's going to cause a lot of wear. By putting that on with lower miles, I feel I've done a good job in longevity. The tall windshield, that was a good investment too. Would I have needed it? No, my brother didn't have it. He just had a straight windshield, and he had a good clean airflow. But it did keep a lot of bugs, a lot of mud off me. The lower front fender, like I said before, my brother's is high. I lowered it, kept a lot of gunk off me. Took a lot of mud on some of the roads. I did manage to crack the fender, so I'm going to have to replace it down here. It cracked. Too bad. I really like the original fender with the mod that I did on it, but I'll probably just find and get aftermarket one. As with the seals on this one, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'll mention it again. It's got the fork brace down here, and in putting these on, I was having a devil of a time getting them to snap over and lock in. Spray a little double WD-40 on it. If you try to use a screwdriver or something, poke it, you just can't get it. WD-40, you just push it on, snaps in, that stuff flashes off, and you're good to go. Bark busters, any type of front cover, like on my brother's Gen 2, it's going to keep a lot of crap off your hands. That's a good thing. It keeps a lot of airflow off there. We had some pretty dang cold days. For equipment? The only thing, once again, my boots, I probably wouldn't go with those. If you're in a fairly dry environment, I wouldn't necessarily worry about it. I'd get those. They're cheap, but my brother's boots, I can't remember what he was wearing, but they're more waterproof and they were like $10 more. But his feet stayed dry. I think I've already covered the stuff that I wore, so I'm not going to go over that. To finish this up, what do you need to take this trip? Desire. That's about it. It's good to have money, okay, which I'm fortunate to have some. Like we decided to take the ferry back, which was nice because we enjoyed the trip out so much. We could have ridden back, but we didn't want to turn this into a Bataan March. We just wanted to make it a fun trip. I know a lot of people would probably watch this and go, "Oh, you didn't reach the Arctic Circle." And like I said before, it's not the destination; it's the journey. We had a ball. A great time. Enjoyed the bikes, met some wonderful riders, dual sport guys, Harley guys, just had fun. And that's the whole purpose in this. The whole purpose in riding a motorcycle is to have fun. So go with what you got. I'm going to finish this up with a story I heard. It had to do with this was on the internet, so I don't know exactly who said it, but it had to do with a guy that wanted to sail around the world. And he was asking everybody, what ship should I, or what boat should I get? What sailing boat should I get? And what equipment should I use? And he came to one old timer who'd actually taken the trip before. He goes, "What do you think? What should I get? What should I use? What should I buy?" And all the guy said was, "Sail what you got and do it today." And I think that's how I'll end this. Whatever you got, you can take this trip. Levels of comfort, that's all you need to be concerned with. Take what you got, do it today.